Hey guys, DELAET here again for another episode of Pickup Daily. Today we're going to talk about do dating books and products online work in the real world. In this video, I'm going to give you 2 reasons that online dating advice doesn't work for you and how to fix it. Dating can be a pain in the ass, and that's just the reality of things. Pain in the ass. Getting 2 people with different life experiences, different belief systems, different values to come together with chemistry and timing at the right moment to connect is like asking for a miracle. It's a fascinating subject with all sorts of nooks and crannies to explore, which is why I made it my life's work. Everywhere you look, there's a new expert or a new guru or a new consultant or a new psychologist or somebody trying to tell you how to date and what the best practices are to connect with other people. They're all trying to sell you a video course or a book or an audio product that will end your struggle forever. And this stuff sells like crazy. But the problem is that a lot of this stuff is full of theory and non-practical stuff that you can't actually use in your everyday life. Even if you could use it, the ones with practical advice in them aren't useful unless you actually apply the concepts, follow the advice, and change the homeostasis in your own life. The big problem with many of these guides, videos, and materials is they don't put a gun to your head and make you actually go out and take action. They don't motivate you to do the work. This is less of a problem with the information and more of a problem with you. Are these things useful? Probably. Unless they're total clickbait, there's usually some profound, learnable lesson in each one. But, ironically, the more familiar you are with the dating world, the less likely you're actually going to use the advice that you see in a video or read in an ebook. Many of us listen to products and watch videos, see what's going on and go, that sounds true. Then we brush it off with the I heard it before, I know this already, and we dismiss it, not applying the concepts to our lives. On the other side, the tactics and strategies that could actually work to change our status quo are things we're not used to. Things that don't sound true to us, and so they don't even enter into the realm of possibility in our reality. We'll often dismiss a truly useful piece of advice just because we can't wrap our heads around it. And thus we'll get rid of something that could actually work and change our lives forever. For example, many dating successes are actually a calibration and adaptation to our partner's moods and idiosyncrasies. And they don't necessarily fit the idealistic molds of how we'd expect them to do things. We can all agree that communication is key, that we should be open and honest with our partners. But in real life, that's just not how it works with some people. If people were actually willing to work with each other most of the time, rather than protect themselves, if they were to think about their partner's feelings before they spoke, we'd all have much happier relationships most of the time. Sticking to these ideals can be toxic to actual real-world relationships. It's all good to read the Instagram quotes that say, don't spend time on people who don't spend time on you, or other self-protective nonsense. But it's incomplete. That type of protective behavior only widens the gap between real humans who are flawed and they may need to learn how to trust and support each other because they didn't have any proper models in their lives. By avoiding looking at the big picture and mitigating personal risk, often under the guise of self-care, we actually fail to learn the skills of actual communication with actual people when the going gets tough. And ambling about the dating scene without these skills actually does us more harm than good. Actual self-care would teach us to use communication to thrive in the face of adversity, to take on risk and to stand up for the greater good when it really counts, rather than retreat to our safe spaces when challenged. Books and videos can't force us to make a stand in difficult times. And it's a wonder why people get anywhere at all when our entire generation was raised to be risk-averse. At the end of the day, books and dating materials are knowledge, and knowledge can be power if used effectively. Next time you write a book, read a blog, or watch a YouTube video about dating or improving your love life, write down one thing that is actionable that you learned. Then, when facing a situation that warrants it, actually use the thing that you learned and see what happens in the real world. Use the new tip, trick, or strategy and see if the results are different than what you were expecting. This is the way to A, actually get stuff done, and B, see if the advice in the material that you just consumed is actually worth its salt. Check out the link below for a downloadable worksheet so that you can do some of these exercises yourself. I'm DELAET, and this is Pickup Daily, and we do this every damn day. So until tomorrow, stay awesome.